Live.
Hi,
Whoa.
and welcome to Daisies and Dragons in Space. My
Ooh.
name is Yes, we're doing a very special episode of Wild Magic Wednesdays, where we are trying out different systems, different games, and just all kinds of cool stuff. We're doing one shots, four shots, all random stuff. But today, in honor of the fact that the Kenobi series is coming out on the 27th, we decided to do a Star Wars game, and so. Uh, to all of you guys, first of all, may the force be with you, and may the force be with our fellow players. Let's start with someone who the force is very tune with, Indrani.
Hello, everybody. My name is Indrani. I will be playing an a yet to be named Rebel Jedi today. I am excited to see what shenanigans Shubham and I get up to in the crazy world that Chirag is going to set for us. Hype.
Yes, and someone who is feared from Tatooine to Mandalore. We have Shubham.
Hello. I am going to be playing a rebel droid to no one's surprise because apparently I have a type and it's deadpan android creatures. So I know that droids and androids are not the same. Don't cat me. Um,
Don't cat you.
don't cat me. I
Don't
already got one.
catcall him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I got my dice.
But
yes,
hello.
and I
And yeah, sorry, go on. Let me do
no
this.
no.
And let me throw it to our wonderful, brilliant game master who's going to be taking us through a galaxy far, far away. Chirag, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Chirag Ghaznani. I am said game master, and I'm excited to bring you guys all here for this game that we're playing. Will be not be D&D. It will be Lasers and Feelings, a one-page RPG done by John Harper, designed for quick play. As it's designed with basically two stats: lasers, which is if you're very good with technology, with being cold, with mechanics, that kind of thing, versus feelings, where you're very good with emotions, wild, passionate acts, all reasoning with people, all those kind of exciting things. As our players have to decide, which way they kind of lean for. Are you more lasers or are you more feelings? And from there, the story goes forward. It's very fun. It's quite easy to get into. And you guys, after this stream, see about checking it out. It's good fun. And other stuff you should check out is going to come from these announcements. Indrandi, you want to tell all the announcements?
Oh boy, okay. I've got a bunch for you all today. Number one is that we have OSR week happening, which is depending on who you ask, old school renaissance or old school revival, which is gonna be a week long of amazing OSR based games. We have a lot of open slots right now, and we're looking for players to come try out a bunch of new games. So if you haven't experienced OSR before and you feel a little intimidated by it or just want to try something new, now is your time. The
Can I quickly chime in?
Yes.
A good way to think of it is if you want to play old school D&D, so if you've only played D&D and you're like, okay, I want something more old school, closer to AD&D, OSR is for you. So come check it out.
Yes. As someone who has never played any OSR games, I'm very excited to try out what it feels like myself. Number two on our list of announcements is that uh, we reached out to the Big Bad Con nominees. We've had our sort of selection process move forward. So if you received a message from me, congratulations. There's more to be done, of course, but please, if you've applied, take a look at your inbox. If you uh, yeah, congratulations to everybody who's gotten in. I'm excited to see how this goes. And the third announcement, which is sort of adjacent to this, is that uh, I will be going to Gen Con. And while I am at Gen Con, I would like to support creators in India and basically network on your behalf. So if you are an Indian creator who lives in India, and that means if you're a writer, designer, artist who wants to work in TTRPGs or just make more contacts, I have a Google form set up for me to be able to take your work there and share it with people. If I'm taking published work, I will be paying you for it. So this is sort of, I guess, a paid opportunity in that regard. I will drop a link to that in chat in a moment once I'm done talking. So that's happening. And I just wanted to say thank you to like everybody who's just been so kind and overwhelmingly supportive of helping me go to Gen Con. This is kind of surreal. So yeah, those are the announcements from my end. Sign up for OSR Week, please. We've got a lot of amazing games. All of this is on our Discord server. So yeah, come check that out. That's me. And merch. Merch is coming soon.
Cool.
Yes,
But
it's
today
coming soon.
is not about merch because today we're playing Star Wars. So I just got a little ting.
Hey.
Hey.
You
And
know, this indie house Disney needs some
Excuse
repping,
me,
so
the indie house is Lucasfilm.
right.
Yeah, and speaking of indie house, indie people who need our support, I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt made by Alaka, our very own Alaka.
That's actually pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
is awesome. I don't know what it means, but that is
Neither
awesome.
do I, but you support your friends. But yeah, Star Wars. It was appropriate. We got the Star Wars, and yes, we got the Star Wars. We're preparing. We're setting our mind in as we're all getting ready. No more last announcements.
None from me.
All right, then let's go as we hear that that Star Wars music playing. That the credits call as we go to a galaxy far, far away, and also a long time ago with technology that's way ahead of us and yet slightly behind. But you get the point as we go to the deep, deep sector of space. The Imperials have taken over and they've been ruling the galaxy for nearly 30 years. What few rebellion is existing and trying to fight back, but their effects seem to be limited. However, that hasn't stopped some brave souls from joining the rebellion who feel that the Empire needs to be stopped in whatever way they can. This is, before Luke Skywalker made a name for himself by shooting down the Death Star 2 days after joining the rebellion. Kind of undermining all the other guys who joined and worked for weeks and weeks. But protagonist powers. But that's fine. We're going with a different set of protagonists. The ones who are on the SS Raptor, a rebel ship deep in Imperial space on a special mission. It's a limited crew. The main people in charge is Captain Darcy, one of the what's the right he's basically the creature that Admiral Akbar is. He is that species. If anyone knows the name of the fish people from Star Wars, by all means, share it in the chat.
This is probably a good point to let everybody know that I haven't seen the original trilogy since in a hot minute.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I've seen all of the films. It's been a moment.
I was just like, we could have done something else if we haven't seen them at all, but you haven't seen them in a minute. It's fine. Go on.
Oh, the dude that said it's a trap. That guy. Yeah.
It's a trap. I'll get it. Yeah. Yes, he's Captain Darcy is in charge of the ship. And underneath him, he has chosen two great lieutenants, essentially second in commands, to help look after this ship. Which, besides you, are very small, limited crew, but you guys are the tops. Mm-hmm. So let's find out a little bit about who you guys actually are. So let's pull up the sheets for Lasers and Feelings. Each of you needs to choose a style for your character and a role for your character. So first up, here are the styles you can choose: alien, android, well, I guess droid, dangerous, heroic, hotshot, intrepid, or savvy. And the roles you can choose are doctor, envoy, engineer, explorer, pilot, scientist, soldier, or Jedi. So,
Shubham, why don't you go first?
I already know I'm a droid pilot. I make sweet commentaries, codes to my plane and woo it into traveling this far reaches of space for me.
Ooh, I love that. Mm-hmm. I will be playing a Jedi. And what? So, can I be like a knight? Jedi knight?
You can be a Jedi Knight. Nothing's stopping you. That does mean most of the Jedis 30 years ago were killed. So you would actually be like older. So it would be either you were a knight who survived this long, in which case, wow, amazing. You're one of the few bastions of knowledge of really impressive. It's great that you're here. Shame you don't have in the rest of the other films. So hopefully things are going to end well for you here. Or you are someone who survived that and has taken the title of knight for yourself. I mean, like, no one's going to argue with you. Everyone else in charge of the certification process is dead.
Right.
So whatever's better for you.
Or alternatively, you were originally a Jedi, and then you decided to become. So there's Jedi, there's Sith, and then you were like the Gray Order. So you were
Uh-huh.
independent and kind of did your own thing, like Ashoka would have.
I I just want to be a Jedi. I'll you know what? I'll be like a Jedi who kind of failed upwards and sort of like
Right.
was too cowardly during the original massacre
Yeah.
and just like hid
Sure.
around, but
That-
has a lot of survivor's guilt, but is trying to cope with that by
That-
trying to
Wow.
Yeah, that's
keep
fair.
the legacy alive.
I mean, to be fair, those people who were not on the front field of the Clone Wars actually had a better chance of surviving. So yeah, that could be why. Yeah. So you are a Jedi, but so which of these styles suits you? Are you alien, droid, dangerous, heroic, hotshot, intrepid, savvy?
I gotta ask, how is Alien like? I feel like Alien and Android. How is that a style? If you
I
can
mean,
be a heroic alien, right?
it's
Like
kind of
what?
like just a descriptor that kind of goes with your
Right,
with your
right.
character. Like it's just like
Tell you what.
how would you sum it up? Your droid this, but you can have a second style if you want. You'll be
I
alien
just have
hotshot.
another idea. Okay, so
Go
what
on.
if the reason that you managed to avoid the whole massacre of all the Jedi was because about like 5 days before everything went down, you or like during the Clone Wars, you had basically become the Jedi accountant, and so that was like you were a Jedi Knight of accounting. And so
I
you
love
just
it.
and so basically Darth Vader and the Sith just never heard about the Jedi Knight of accounting, and you could just manage to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, can I be okay? You know what? Maybe I'm known as the dangerous Jedi Knight accountant because
Okay.
people are like, how did this person survive? It's so good. It's all shrouded in
How did
mystery.
they balance the books instead of the force?
Yeah. Do you? Yeah.
Basically.
Do you want to have like you can pick a style and also just be an alien? Just like being an alien's not like a big deal, for you. So it's like it's not your thing, but it's like, but yeah. Also, if you want to pick another role for your character, like you're a Jedi, but you also act as the doctor or the envoy or the scientist, you can be.
Yeah, tell you what, I'm a dangerous uh Jedi who also happens to be let's say an
A
like
scientist of mathematical formulas.
I was just gonna say what's a good accountant
Actuarial sciences.
role.
You're
Yeah.
the scientist of actuarial sciences.
There
Yeah.
you go. That I don't even know what that word means, but that
Sure.
uh
Math science.
math science.
Yes.
But this is the furthest I will go from like how all characters are a little like have a little bit of self inserts. This is not that. This person likes math. They've done accounting. Just this is the anti Indrani. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah.
All right. And now both of you need to choose a number from 2 to 5. A high number means you're better at lasers, which is technology, science, cold rationality, calm, precise action. A low number means you're better at feelings, intuition, diplomacy, seduction, wild, passionate action.
Mhm.
So, which number do you want to pick for yourself?
2.
You're going 2, full passion.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do we got from our Jedi?
Sorry, can I just insert on 2? I'm no brains, all vibes.
You're a passionate droid. You're the most passionate droid of all times.
I feel.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll use lasers, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
you can-
have that be my high.
Yeah. But yeah, how high do you want to go? You can go 3, 4, 5. You don't have to go full 5. It's 2 to 5.
Never go full 5.
You can go full 5. No one's stopping you.
I'll go 4. Can I go 4 or can I just go up to 3?
4 is fine. Do you want to go 4 or
4.
3? Make a choice.
I'll go 4.
All right, you are 4. All right, let's note that down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So we have 4 and 2 for our pilot. Lovely. And next up, is there any other exciting things? And give your character a cool space adventure name.
Okay. How
Yeah.
long do I have?
Well, we can come back to you
Uh,
if you
okay.
want to think about it.
Sure.
All right, Dry, do you need us to give you time as well?
Yeah, can you pad for a second while I look up Star Wars name generator?
Sure. Meanwhile, guys, if you want to suggest cool Star Wars names in the
I-
chat, by all means.
If you can think of a good droid name for me, chat, I will take it. It can be a bad droid name. I'll take that too.
Yeah.
If you just want to comment on how good I look, that's also okay.
Yeah. Like L0V3, also known as the Love Machine.
Hey! I take it. I am L0V3.
Yeah,
L0V3. That
Yeah.
flows off of your flip. Okay.
yeah. But you can
I
just
will
call you can just call me L0 or
L0.
LZ.
I will be
Very cool.
Vital Base.
Wow. That
V
generator.
Vitalbaze.
Okay.
Vital Bays.
Oh
All
boy.
right.
Vital Base.
LZ and VB.
Is it Bays or Bazi?
How do I say it? Buzzy Base.
It's
I'm gonna
your
say
call.
Base.
They're not
It's
names I've
my
ever heard
name.
before. It's your
My
name.
name.
Go wherever you
Vital
want.
Base.
All right. And now, let's see. You have basically a vac suit that you can use for spacewalks, a sweet phone camera communicator scanner thing with universal translator. So even though the Wookiees are going, "Wah," you understand what's being said. Basic stuff. And also, what's it called? Our droid has a blaster, but I assume our Jedi just has a lightsaber. Right?
Can I have one of those cool ones that go just both ways? Like,
Yes, a double blade lightsaber. Of course you can. Also, pick your
does
color.
that make me evil?
No,
Okay.
Yes.
it's not as common, but at that point, neither are Jedi. So by all means, have a double bladed lightsaber.
I'll be like, this is how actual. No.
This is how I
My
survived.
color is gonna be
Yes, fuck.
yeah.
I think
Can
I'll
it be a gradient? Can it be like the bisexual flag?
That
Oh,
just,
so one pink or purple, the other blue.
Yeah.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's way better than a gradient one. It just looks like a weird lollipop then.
Yes,
I don't see the problem with that.
if anyone wants to tell me that this is not accurate to actual Star Wars, by all means, send me DMs. I get lonely when I have no one to argue with.
Why does that feel like sadly true? But anyway.
All right. Yeah. So our player goal is get your character involved in crazy space adventures, try and make best of them. But what is your character goal? You can choose one of these options or create your own character goal. For example, become the captain, meet new aliens, shoot or stab bad guys, find new worlds, solve weird space mysteries, prove yourself, or keep being awesome if you have nothing to prove. What's like a character goal that you guys have? It can't even be like destroy the empire, or kill someone specific. Or,
L0V3 has nothing to prove. He just wants to keep being awesome and make sweet, sweet code for his ship.
with his ship or for his ship?
For his ship, damn it.
Oh my god.
I mean, I totally inject, data cables into her, but it's consensual.
Do you think we've lost every Star Wars fan who might have started
Pretty
watching?
sure,
Like,
pretty
you know
sure.
what? I don't want to watch this.
This is the rule 34 of Star Wars at this point.
Oh boy. Okay. My personal goal is to retrieve Jedi texts that I've found out that there's an archive somewhere in this wherever the fuck we are. And I would like to retrieve those texts in order to preserve what's left of my culture.
Exactly. Yep, that's perfect.
Your culture.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Culture.
It's very rare to find Jedi texts or Jedi holocrons, which are basically like cubes that have information but stored in hologram versions. Because like in Star Wars, it's not as fun to read something as it is to have someone appear in a hologram and tell you
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
True.
Sure. We get that. Cool. So that's fine. And now you guys get to build a ship, aka the Raptor. Yeah.
Hey.
So you get to pick 2 strengths for the Raptor. It can be fast, nimble, well armed, powerful shields, superior sensors, cloaking device, or fighter craft. So which of those 2 options do you want to have?
You pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It has superior sensors, and
Got
it is very nimble.
Got it.
Why is this happening?
Yeah.
It's a droid.
Cut the stream.
Yeah, just so you know, a fighter craft not picking it doesn't mean that your ship can't fight. It just means you don't have like a fighter craft that pops out and can fight, and you can send out to like fight or hit the other ship. That's what fighter craft.
So it's a nimble, superior set with
Yeah.
a ship with superior.
Yeah, those are its big strengths. But now you need to pick one of its weaknesses. It has a problem. It's either a fuel hog, always needs energy crystals. There's only one medical pod, which Captain Darcy is in, which I'll explain why in a little bit. Horrible circuit breakers. In battle, consoles tend to explode on the bridge, Star Trek style. Or it has a grim reputation.
Do you want to pick this, Indrani, or should I just continue going?
I will say that it has a grim reputation.
Yeah.
There's a dirty past.
Yeah.
And
Now-
that dirty pass is LOVA.
So
L0V3.
No, it's her
sorry.
ex, okay? It's not me, it's her ex.
okay, so I need to ask: is this a grim reputation? Like, other ships that might have been friendly to you would have been like, "Oh, that's a big creep. Oh, I don't want to hang out with this ship. This ship's thing." Or is it literally like you're infamous to the Empire? Like, "Oh my God, I recognize that. I recognize that paint job anywhere. That's that ship with that weird pilot that likes to get it on in the comms." So wait, which one is that? Do you want me more instantly
you just-
recognizable?
Did you just invent sexting in the Star Wars universe?
I don't want to say that whether or not that actually existed or not.
It's
right?
it's a
But that's
40-year-old
knowledge-
it's a
that's knowledge
40-year-old
you don't need to
franchise.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
you
this
don't need to
exists.
know. Yeah.
I'm sure. Let's go to archive of our own and find out. But so the latter would be that it's harder for us to hide or like blend in. We would just get easily
it'd be like
recognized.
you're instantly like recognized, like, oh shit, that's a ship, but not necessarily that you guys have done horrible things. But like otherwise, it would be like, yeah, people who know of you or see your ship, be like, oh god, even in the Republic, the rebels are like, yeah, I know they're rebels, but we know what they've done. What
Right.
what Captain Darcy's done. He's a trap.
I will say I feel like it's more interesting to have our allies be a little like suspicious of us or just keep us at arm's length. I think that would be fun. So I would say
Sure.
that.
Yeah. Now the thing about that, why you have a grim reputation, is that Captain Darcy, this wasn't always a rebel ship. This Captain Darcy used to be Imperial, and he took the ship with him when he turned sides. So there's always that little bit like, yeah, we remember what you did with this ship when you were on the other side, and so there's that always little bit whether Darcy is someone to be like fully trusted. He's been around for a little while. Like he trusts you guys. He claims to. He's hired you guys, and you haven't seen him do things too bad, but he always goes with the morally gray option. But you never seen them act as a traitor. However, on this last mission that you guys were on, as you were heading off into deep space, he was very secretive about exactly where he was going. He gave codes, like coordinates, but he wouldn't actually tell you where they were. As far as you're aware, this is just deep in uncharted space. And like as you guys are heading off in the Raptor. Now, why don't you tell us what the Raptor looks like? Like, what kind of ship does it look like? Is it bird-like? Is it in also like the lightsaber and pride colors? What do we got? What does this ship look like?
So, have you heard about SpaceX? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going there. You guys come
No.
up with something.
That's why it has a grim reputation.
Shubham is like super cursed today. Like he's just bringing on the
I woke up and I chose chaos.
apparently. I think it should be more like it very much still has that Empire aesthetic to it. Do you know what I mean? So it like always, even amongst the rebel fleet, it sort of sticks out like a sore. Like
So it's
thumb.
very sleek, and it's got a lot of like sharp edges because that's usually a lot of
Yeah.
Empire ships. Yeah.
Sharp
And, like-
edges, chrome, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of red accents.
Red and black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's why it has like such an edgy name, the Raptor.
Oh, you also but there is like a spray painted symbol of the Rebel Alliance
Yeah,
on one side of the ship because
Exactly.
we gotta
Yeah.
represent.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you got that going there. It's like pretty nicely on that side as you are all preparing. And you're on this ship. You've recently reapplied the paint as you're heading off deep into space. The ship's not that big. It's like the size of the Millennium Falcon, which means that you could have like maybe 8 people here comfortably, but they can also just be run by 2. Like it could be. So tell me how many people you brought along with you besides Captain Darcy. Or did you bring a lot of people? Did you only bring like a couple of extra people? How much crew's on this ship?
Let's have a full ship so that you need to come up with a lot of NPCs.
Got it.
Considering that we have so few, that we have such a bad reputation, and that you were not exactly a very prominent member of the Alliance, maybe we don't have that many people. Maybe it's just a few stragglers.
No.
I
The
mean-
reason I say this is because what if you and I get stuck on lore and then we're like, hey, buddy, Jog my memory again.
Yeah, you have like one person who's like a super nerdy character. So okay, you know this LZ, and then there is like one extra droid, and that droid is just like beep boops, but insane memory banks.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. So yeah,
Can we have a doctor on the
is
episode?
is the droid the doctor?
Nah, the droid is
Yeah.
the
The droid's
explode.
a assistant repairman with a wonky screwdriver.
Got it.
Sure.
All right, we got one R3 astromech because I think
Yeah,
the R3s are cool,
yeah.
and we have a doctor.
There you go.
Cool.
Cool.
The doctor is constantly trying to flirt with every person that they come across.
Oh, that's why you guys are friends.
Yes.
We get it.
I hate
feel it.
this.
Yep, it's terrible. But you
So
you chose
now
this
Indrani knows what it feels like to play with her in every other game.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I respect what you're doing here.
Yes, she doesn't have to like it, but she respects it.
It's fair.
Alright.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you have your command. So yeah, we have the doctor, we have the engineer, and you want to just like have 3 other people that are unassigned, but when you need them, they'll
They're red
pull the
shirts.
name up.
They're red
Yeah.
shirts who do like a bunch of stuff.
Oh
that
yeah,
you just need.
100%. Yeah. So you got 3 red shirts on the crew. Besides that,
Sorted.
you've got your R3 unit who just helps out with the engineering. Maybe a bit weirded out by how sexual you are with the ship. Do you feel jealous that the droid actually gets to work on the body?
Am I jealous?
Yeah.
No. I share.
Okay. So you're just like, yeah, you can work on her body, but I've got her mind. Like,
Yeah.
okay. And the
I
droid's
kind of
like,
just
"I'm
stroke the console and be like, is he treating you gently?
this is just a job for me. Beep boop beep. Yeah. And the other's a Kamasi doctor who's very flirty. Kamasi are like Arakokra. But they don't have wings. They can't fly, but besides that, they look very much like Arakokra, bird people. So you guys are heading off deep into space, going off into this dark area of space, flying into hyperspace. Well, you see the lights flashing by as Captain Darcy calls you. Yeah, as Captain Darcy is waiting, in the command section. He's not piloting the ship, but he's like a little bit behind, looking excited. He's like, okay, this is going to work. This is going to work. Will be fine. And as you guys are coming out of hyperspace, where's our Jedi? Like, does the Jedi also wait at the front? Does the Jedi stay in the back working on taxes? Is the Jedi just meditating in the cafeteria? Where's the
Practicing
Jedi?
against a machine that shoots lasers while you're blindfolded.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that cool shit with like blindfold on and like dodging.
Yeah.
And somehow, even if it like grazes past me, I never get. I mean, do I have to roll for this?
No, this is fine.
Oh.
This is the training droid. You know how to handle
Okay.
it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just
So yeah,
deflecting, and it's like this cool thing where I'm like deflecting with one side, and then there's another one coming, and then I use the other end of my double-sided lightsaber to just go to get the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're preparing that. You're going, and then as like getting these moves done, as you come out of hyperspace, you can feel you coming out of hyperspace. Up in the front, the pilot, you L0, you hear the captain suddenly like scream violently. As additionally, we feel we actually, what did we name? What did we name your character?
Oh, did you forget already?
It's vital base.
Correct. It is vital base.
Yeah.
There you go.
Vital base. You're almost like knocked off. Like you're blindfolded. You're almost knocked to the ground. Not because you came out of hyperspace. You're used to expecting that. You're knocked out because you feel this intense the power of the force. You feel like an incredible disturbance in the force. It's like sending you shocking and like almost sending you toppling to the ground. I'm going to need you to give me what would this be? This would be I think this would be like this would be a lasers roll because the Jedi are about being in touch with their emotions and controlling it and being chill as the force is trying to wash over you. So give me you to roll. You roll a d6, but also you roll a d6 if you're prepared and another d6 if you're an expert. I don't think you're prepared for this, but you are a Jedi. So this would kind of be the things you expected you are prepared to do. So you roll 2d6 and you have to get under your number, which is 4.
Okay.
You want to roll low.
Easy. Oh, 1 and a 1.
Wow, they don't just roll high; they just roll the way you want them to. Nonagon dice, people.
Basic. These are not Nonagon dice. It's just Indrani's luck.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you.
At some point, someone's gonna be like, "This bitch cheating. She's just lying about her rules."
Yeah. So as this is coming out of space, you suddenly just you start to topple, and then you just do this incredibly impressive backflip, just like landing incredibly posed, even though you're blindfolded, and you can just like feel this pressure like hit, and you just like you can focus against it and kind of like push back. The droids didn't notice anything because the droids are immune to the force. Any mind control, anything, they aren't bothered, so they have no idea what just happened. But you feel like you just stopped, you just protected other members of the crew, like Kamasi, who was in the station next to you, and a few other red shirts. Like you stopped this like psychic force from overwhelming their mind. Now the strange thing about this force that you felt was that it wasn't like a dark side force. It wasn't even like a light side. It was just like the force itself. There is so much of this connection to the force, which is this energy of the universe that strives to be in balance. It's within all living things, but there's an intense concentration here, a concentration you haven't really felt, since you left Titan, one of the planets where the Jedi trained, where they had like big influences, and you just suddenly felt that here, and then you just, and that's what you just felt suddenly while all this was happening. What would you like to do now?
And I can tell that it's neutral. It's not like Bogan. Is that the dark side of the force? Is that what it's called? It's just.
It's not the dark side or the light side. It's just like there's so much of the force here.
Right.
Yeah.
I look around. Can I see if it's just radiating? Has it permeated the whole space, or is there like a single source where it gets stronger and stronger?
You look around. You can't see anything because you are blindfolded. You are inside like the training room of your deck. You have to like go outside to like the window to check it out. As you're like heading up to the windows, and the others are looking confused. Kamasi like comes over and he looks and he sees, and all of you see Darcy, your captain, has basically collapsed and is like shaking violently, like it's supposed to be a trap. It's just a trap, and he's like shaking like violently on his like off his captain's chair, like he's literally fallen over, and just like, and his like eyes are bulging out more than they normally are.
Do we all see this or just?
Oh yeah, you saw it first because like the captain's chair is near the pilot seat, so you saw it first. Okay. But you and the doctor, Vital and the doctor ran up, and they've just seen it. So you've had a chance to look him over, see how he's doing first.
What's happening, L0V3?
You can just call me LZ. I thought
L0V3.
Yes, but it seems that our captain, our wonderful captain who guides the ship through space, has fallen sick for some reason. I do not understand. Well, I don't understand human ailments.
Right. What about you, other guy? I turned to the other droid.
The other droid goes beep boop beep, which you L0 can translate as like I fix ships, not people.
Right. Can I sort of like use? I mean, the last film established that you can use the force to like heal people and shit, can't you?
You could definitely try.
If that's canon, can I try that over here?
Sure. You're not.
I'll use the worst parts about Star Wars.
Sure.
Fueled by.
You weren't prepared for this, and you were a Jedi accountant rather than like part of the Jedi medical course. So you're only rolling 1d6. This would be you want to roll low. I think this is a laser's effect.
I'm not joking. I rolled another 1.
Okay. Yeah. You like sense it out, and you like send out this energy into him, and he's like calming down, and he's not like spitting it out, but as you're like examining, and like he's like, you realize that there is something there, the force energy you can feel this force energy. Like the force is like outside the ship. You have to actually look and see what's there, but some of that force energy is kind of like in him. Like it struck him and it got stuck into his body, and it's almost like twisted with his mind, and it's kind of like keeping it contained. Like he's not going to bite his tongue off, or he's not going to go and saying you've stopped him from hurting himself anymore, but he needs time to recover from the intense shock that's gone to his mind. And you rationalize he probably needs to go into a Bacta tank, which is like a big healing tank where they can like recover from. Have you seen the? I don't think you've seen any Book of Boba Fett, but that's where they put him. A big tank of healing fluid. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, LV, could you please carry our captain to the Bacta tank?
Sure. I will carry him as gentle as I carry the radiators for our beautiful ship.
Okay.
Let's lift
Thank you.
Captain Darcy up if I can.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Be able to like take him over. Put him in the back.
Dunk him in the.
Goes in. All that's happening, and that the vital readings are fairly normal. Normal enough. He just needs time to recover from whatever has hit him. A lot of it is like mental, but so there isn't big body scars thanks to the incredible roll. But otherwise, he just needs time. However, that does mean you're in the middle of space in an unknown location, and you don't know why you're here.
What do you suggest we do, Vital? Should I take our beautiful ship elsewhere?
Well, the force is strong in this place, and I'm curious why. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe we're closer to what I'm looking for, and maybe that's why destiny has brought me here. So, can we go to the navigation area and pull up like what sort of what shows up around us if we do like a localized
I
scan?
can provide a radar scan of the area around us.
Sure. Are you doing like a radar scan, or are you trying to look up at a system map to like what sectors are near you? Like,
I will open up the system map and triangulate our location in reference to the rest of the galaxy around us.
Sure, that sounds fine. Give me give me a roll. Because you're a pilot, this is kind of what you expected. So you roll 2d6.
Okay.
But you have to roll low.
I have to roll high, right? Because my roll is 2.
No.
So feelings is.
Oh, no, this is the feelings roll. You're doing science.
Right. So I have to roll lower. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's not gonna work. I rolled a 6 out of 5. I failed at this.
Okay. Okay. So you're looking at it and you're trying to figure out where you are.
Can't I convince the ship in a beautiful, soothing voice to do what I need it to do?
Oh, no. You find out, what was it? You were trying to figure out in the sector map where you are.
Yeah.
You find out exactly where you are.
Okay.
No, you know exactly where you are. Yeah. You're like examining, and it's like, this is an unknown part of like, this is like a sector that isn't properly explored, but you know it because it is surrounded by Imperial space. And this is a heavily patrolled area of Imperial space. Like the fact that you guys have come here, like they don't come this far because you're literally jumping way beyond enemy lines.
I see.
And the worst part is like as you're examining like the sector, you're trying to look at it. This is like random area. These are like high tech area, which means they also have scatters,
Right.
and they will probably be patrolling around you. So you realize this is probably a place where if a random ship hyper jumped here, someone's going to figure out what the heck. Someone's going to come investigate why sooner rather than later. They're not here now, but they're coming.
Right. I will spin my head around to Vital and be like, we seem to be in danger. We are deep within enemy territory.
My
You planning on fighting every ship that comes for us with the saber?
I'm just preparing myself for the worst. Can we open a direct line of communication with them?
You would like to open communications with enemy ships and let them know our location?
Perhaps we can trick them into thinking that we're I hate doing this, but perhaps we can trick them into thinking that we're a part of the Empire.
Okay.
If only we can position the ship in a way where the spray paint is from.
Yeah,
we can intimidate them into leaving us alone.
You just see LZ's face, which is emotionless.
Hey,
just
dude,
kind of like,
I do a count
blink,
thing,
blink, blink. I look at the little R3 bot, like, are you processing this?
Sorry, I was commissioning my last will and testament while leaving this a very bad Yelp review. Would not work here again.
Okay.
Beep boop.
If
I once heard a story of someone like you being told to travel with very relevant information and managing to escape the greatest dangers. Maybe I can do that for you. You can tell the story of the raptor, the beautiful raptor.
okay, focus. Okay, if my plan's bad, do you have a better one?
Well, it's a good question. Well, first of all, we shut everything down so that though at least we don't have any electric pulses that we're throwing off, any radiation.
EMPs.
No, yeah. Don't use lingo. That's not your thing.
I'm just saying.
Listen, stick to your religious, nonsense, forced nonsense. Leave the ship talk to me.
All right.
But no, we shut the ship down so that it doesn't ping off, and we see if we can hide behind an asteroid so that we just seem like. So if there's a radar, it doesn't pick up us as an individual ship. It just picks us up as part of the asteroid. And then we try to figure out how to get out of here. Is the ship not working anymore, GM?
Whose ship? Yours?
Yes.
Your ship's fine.
We could just turn tail and run, surely. Oh, but you want to investigate this, don't you?
Yeah, you haven't actually looked outside to see what you can see.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Look outside.
Okay. You pull up the windows and actually get a look outside. What you see? It's the size of a small moon. As I said, there's like three of them, but it's the size of a moon, but it's not the shape of a moon. It's a triangle. As you're looking, it's like this large moon-sized triangle that's gold.
The
that's
darkness,
like golden, and just twirling around in space, and just like there, and there's like other asteroid, other meteors like around the space. Like besides, you're looking at this like there's all these like rocks.
Wait, it's
around.
golden. It's a golden triangle.
It's a golden triangle the size of a moon.
A pyramid, I'm guessing, a golden pyramid, not a triangle.
Sure.
Okay. No, because is it like just one? Like
no, it's not two dimensional.
Yeah, it is okay.
It is a pyramid or a pyramid-esque shape.
Okay, go.
Yeah, with strange symbols like drawn on it. As you're looking at it, specifically, you as a droid have no idea what this is, but someone who's a very good Jedi accountant, those are definitely old Jedi symbols. Like this is like thousands of years from the old Republic era Jedi symbols. That kind of language is like drawn there. It's like the equivalent of seeing hieroglyphics.
Right.
That kind of old.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we need to cloak this. They can't see what's here. We must preserve this piece of history and also find out what's within it. Is there a way for us to use stealth tech to hide this golden pyramid situation?
Did you take cloaking device?
No, we took nimble and superior senses.
Yeah, it's the fact that this is extremely big, and that's the thing. Like, if it was like a small object, you could like take it on your ship and go. But this is like quite a big object, so you're not quite sure how to cloak it, especially how you would cloak, and you do not think you have the technology to kind of pull. I mean, there's a potential you could try and pull it off, but it would require using the tech of this ship. So you basically we're taking like parts of this ship to try and couple together a cloaking device, but it would be very difficult. It would take time. So the question is, you could try it. You could definitely do it to try and cloak this, but that means you may not. The energy required. That means you probably don't have the energy afterwards to hyper jump your way out of here.
Right. I think we should just intimidate those enemy ships.
I am not putting my beautiful ship in harm's way for his posturing exercise.
Right.
She is fast. She is nimble. She has we could use her in superior senses to perhaps locate weaknesses in the structure and get inside if we need to. Because let's face it, all Empire constructs have weaknesses, obvious ones.
Right. This one thing that will cause the whole thing to break down.
They just love having a self-destruct button available for themselves.
Of course. But this isn't Empire.
Oh yeah, this is way earlier than Empire. The Empire is like 30 years old. This is very, very old. It might even be older than the original Sith Empire. It's
In
that
that
old.
case, we probably don't need to worry about running into anyone from the Empire. Then we should just use the superior scanners to see what's inside. Or what's our
Sure.
droid?
Why don't? Why can we make our way in somehow?
You want to fly towards the pyramid and see if there's an entrance?
Yeah.
After we first use our superior senses. We're not just going to fly in
Yeah.
blind because that would be
Yeah. Of
silly.
course. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, is that a possibility?
You can make a roll.
Of course, you do your.
Okay, I'm going to
your
use
ship
the
thing.
ship's superior senses. What do I do?
Okay, so you get you're prepared because you do have superior senses.
Yeah.
You're an expert in your ship. You understand how it goes, and you get the +1. Because we've established your relationship with your ship is more feelings than laser.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat this like intuition. So you're rolling 3d6, and you want to roll higher than 2.
Okay, I rolled a 1, a 6, and a 5.
Okay, you only need 1 to get higher, but because you've done 2, you send out the scanners. Tell us how you tell your ship to
I
work.
basically, you see as my fingers, I hold them up and the nibs on all of them come off, and there's little different ports like a USB, micro USB, all of these ones that jack into the console of the ship. And you start hearing me say like whisper sweet nothings essentially to the raptor. I'm like, oh my beautiful baby, I want you to tell me the deep secrets of the structure around us. Speak to me in that beautiful binary that you learned all these years ago.
Yeah. You hear 01110011001.
There we go.
And just I say like, yeah, you know what it means. It's like, and so yeah, translate. It's like, oh yeah, I love when you jack into me. Let me scan deep. Deep, deep.
Oh, why is this on the internet?
You scan. Yeah. You the love machine scan with the power of your ship. And you do like fine like in this like strange arrangement that there is actually as the ship like spins there are like section it's definitely like somewhat hollow. There's definitely like a passageway within, much like a Egyptian pyramid that's like an entry point that's like designed to go in, and it seems like somewhat of a maze which is inside this like pyramid. Incredible like ancient structure, but you can detect high-tech machinery in there, like old. It's not recent, but it's like it's advanced, even though it's very,
Right.
very old. And able to go inside deep into this machine, into this like pyramid, which seems to be somewhat alive. Like this thing, it's alive with technology. It's not a living creature, but like this, the technology is not off. It's like it's on, and like it's active, and there is an entryway up near the top. But the entryway is not big enough for like a ship. It is like big enough for like humanoid sized beings to enter into the ship,
Right.
into the triangle.
Does our ship, the beautiful Raptor, come with a lifeboat that we can use?
It doesn't come. You do have like the vac suit, so you can get close enough to jump off. But there is also like what you would call like an escape pod shuttle that you can use to kind of like get in and go if you want to. It does not have hyper jump capabilities, but you can get in that and go over there if you want to.
Right. Okay.
Or we could spacewalk.
Technically,
you will have to spacewalk a bit anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is quite a bit of distance to spacewalk. If we just follow our course, then we're just going to float around in space.
That's it. That's the rest of the game.
Okay, it's just using your force to like just propel me in different directions.
Okay. I think we should let's go dark, take our stowaway escape pods and make our way to the Golden Jedi Pyramid situation. And hopefully we can make the ship look like an asteroid just floating around, so that whoever's on their way here isn't gonna be like, "Ooh, salvage."
Okay. So, yeah. So, how dark do you want to go the ship? Are you turning off all the electronics, or are you leaving the Bacta tank on that Darcy's using?
Screw him.
You don't like he can't.
I never really liked Darcy.
Anyway.
Now, you can. What's
Empire
it
scum.
There's a chance that it'll be like missed over, but also like the Bacta tank can. He's not in critical condition, but like if you turn off the Bacta tank, he's not going to get better. But he's not in critical condition. It's not like the Bacta tank's keeping him alive. So you can turn it off if you want to without fear that you're going to kill him. It just means it's going to take longer for him to recover.
How about this? I can ask our droid friend to keep an eye on him. And if he is deteriorating in a severe way, we can switch the tank back on. But till then, it stays off.
Beep boop beep beep boop. Oh, good. I was afraid you would turn me off because I'm also an electronic, and I would also be probably detected as searching for scanners.
Then you should probably come with us.
Okay.
Organics. The rest of you organics, you stay here and keep an eye on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Red shirt
You don't want
one.
me-
Red shirt
Yeah.
one. Stay here.
Yeah. Flitterwick, the Kamasi doctor, like nods that I'll keep an eye on him, make sure things don't get worse. So yeah.
Perfect.
So you're taking and the other red shirt also, they say the salutes, say their names, say their family backstories and how close they are to retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is the last day on the job, but you just got to get through it and then you'll be done. Okay? I know you can't wait to see your family and children.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. And so after you said that, the three of you get on the escape pod, make the ship go dark. I'm not going to make you do the stealth roll now. The stealth roll you will roll once things come searching, and so we'll see how effective this method was. So,
Okay.
but you get you get your spacesuits, your vac suits, get into the shuttle, the escape pod. You're taking the droid with you, or leaving it here in hibernation mode.
Take it with us.
All right, you take the droid with you.
Does the droid have a name? Sir?
Huh? Yeah.
What's the name of the droid?
Huh? His name's S356.
S?
S356.
Okay, sure.
Doesn't mean anything. It probably doesn't mean anything. If anyone wants to say what it means, by all means.
I hate you. I'm traveling with love and sexy. I love that.
Amazing. I'm here for it. This is essentially
named-
payback for 30 games that we have had to play with Talvar.
Basically. Okay, so we're
Didn't-
on the escape pod.
Yeah.
Didn't even know I'd done that. Okay, off we go. All right, so you go off with the S3 unit, heading off to the arriving at this pier, this grand pier. And as you get closer to it, you are certain, Vital, that this is where that sense of force energy was coming from. It's like powerful energy that's out there, and like you're like feeling it. You've never felt this again. This felt this kind of force level of force in a long time. The only thing that's like confusing is like even though the hieroglyphics are from Jedi archives, like you recognize that they're from the Jedi history. There's like a bit of you that's wondering like, why doesn't this feel like light side force? It just feels like the force as you're like getting closer and just like going up to the top of this pyramid. This is you getting out, and you go up to this upper bit of the pyramid, and you see these like old hieroglyphics like written like on the side, and they do seem to be like interactable in some way. Like they can be pressed, and they can also be like moved up and down and arranged in a certain way. Question is, how do you guys want to get in? Like you can know that the door is here. Like with the scanners, you can identify that there is supposed to be a door here. So there's like the option. There are ways to get in besides trying to solve it. There are ways you could try and get in if you wanted to. So what do you guys want to do?
Well,
I turn
Could
to
we-
Vital. I'm like, you lead the way.
lead the way. I've never. I'm
I
just
can,
an
I can
account-
speak to this machine if you want me to, but I first need to know which path you would like us to take.
Okay. So, is there like a sort of straight way in and a sneaky way in?
Like according to the scanners, like this is like the way that you can like
This is the
design to
way,
be
yeah.
opened
Uh-huh.
and go in. Designed to go in. Unless you wanted to use like explosives or something to try and like get in like another way. This feels like they had only made like one kind of entrance and no kind of like exhaust ports or anything like that. It seems like it was designed to enter a certain way. But if you are using explosives and stuff, maybe you can try and get in another way if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just, be nice and we don't mean it any harm. So hopefully it just lets us in nice and proper. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, let's just take the straight way in. If you want to talk to, I
I'll be
wonder if you
polite.
can even speak. It's when you say polite, do you mean flowery and
No, no. When droids introduce themselves to other inorganic beings, we have a protocol that we follow.
okay, cool. Go on then. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I will. I will try to. Is there a plug-in point?
Yeah, you like search around there. Near this point, it's very it's quite an old plugin point that you can like try and like interject yourself in, because you can like adjust your ports, so you can you do find a spot to get in if you want to. Yeah. So you're trying to just like interface and try and like talk this machine into kind of like
Before I
letting
do
you
that,
in.
before I plug in, I'll be like, do you think I need to be worried about protection? What if it has some kind of virus?
Oh.
All right. I just wanted to
Do,
with
do,
that.
do you not have Droid Defender installed?
No, the last time it just really slowed my processes down. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Is that the McAfee version? You just want to get like the stock version that comes with.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
used the
yeah.
Empire AVG, and that was a bad
Yeah,
idea.
that's a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of all that.
The
Yeah.
Chubit Defender was also a bad idea.
Right.
Yeah.
The malwares can they just can bite you in the ass, I know.
I
But
personally would really like to try the Mandalorian because apparently that one's like really resilient.
oh yeah. It actually it has a physical component to it where they coat all your wires with Beskar. So
Oh, that's amazing.
I know it's very expensive though.
For me, I also really like what the Sith protocol is all about because it works in absolutes. So it's so
Okay,
it's,
yeah, no, we don't talk about that in this
Okay, just checking.
escape pod. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
I look up and I and I say a quick prayer to my fallen Jedi siblings. I'm like, sorry, I didn't choose this person.
Yeah. SP56 goes up and he just like beep and like pops out like a little attachment for your interface, and it says like ribbed for her interface.
Oh, that's very specific. Thank you. Use the
It's just basically just like it's like when you put an adapter, it's basically an adapter.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. But also a pun.
Yes, of course it is. I understood that.
I felt bad. I was like, I want to tell the joke, but you've already exhausted this punchline.
I will jack in, and I will essentially begin the hello protocol and ask how are you doing? Actually, I'll be like, how are you doing? Oh,
Yeah,
I got better. I'll run through these. Sorry, I got one better. I'll be like, what's the thing like you doing in a dark part of space like this?
Okay. All right, then we're gonna do we're gonna just do like a feelings roll.
Thank you. Is it a 2d6 or a 1d6?
This is I feel like you've done. Do you think your character is an expert in flirting, or does he just think he's an expert in flirting?
What do you think?
I don't know whether this is like.
We don't want to make character decisions for you, okay?
I think some droids like his style, and others not so much.
All right. What's it called? Are you helping him in any way?
I is there how are you communicating? Do I just lean over and then can I just say something?
You
What
can
do you
guide
say?
me with the force.
Sure, I'll guide you with the
No,
force.
you can't just say that. You have to say how you are guiding them with the force. I mean, okay.
I'm joking. No,
Tell
I'm
me.
joking.
That's not how the force works.
I use the force. Okay, no.
Just use the force.
Oh my god, my eyes. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to send out force vibes.
Wow.
And let if there's a way for me to communicate with the pyramid that there is a Jedi present here.
Okay.
And we're not hostile creatures,
Right.
by just showing like my own what is it, control or understanding of the force.
Okay.
I'll
Sure.
use
Yeah, you're using that. That makes sense. So that would be a separate role. That would be like you're doing it instead of him. But let's see if that works. If it works, you'll be able to give him. You might be able to give him a help roll, an extra die for his thing. So we'll
Sure.
treat that as you're an expert. You're a Jedi, so
Mm.
that's fine. And another d6. You're rolling 2d6, and you want to get under your number because this is like reason.
Me or
No. It vital first.
got it.
So my number is 4, right?
Your number is 4. You want to get under 4.
Okay, I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Great. We'll go with the 2. Yeah. Let's see. If you roll, okay, all right. So that means you succeed, and also you have laser feelings. Uh, you get a special insight into what's going on. You can ask the GM a question, and they'll answer you honestly. What are they really feeling? Who's behind this? How can I get them? If there's no any question you want to ask about this like situation, you can ask. You can ask about this. Basically, what you're vibing from the force. So, what do you want to ask?
Hmm,
What do you want to ask, Vital?
I'm thinking. I'll say. Can I ask it if it needs help?
Yeah. Like send out that vibe as you're trying to like get it, and you can like literally see the symbols that are on the wall around it start to like move and gyrate themselves as they kind of like form language, form a form of writing, which you feel, and it's like it recognizes you and it like acknowledges that you're a Jedi. But as you're like looking at it and trying to like feel like does this in danger, uh, this is an ancient like this is an ancient ship. Well, I say ship, it's more like you don't know what it is. There's no propulsion or anything
Structure.
here. It's just this ancient structure. It's ancient, it's highly advanced, but like the vibe you get from this is a little bit like this is new. I guess it feels very not very young, but very naive. It's like it's very naive kind of machine that's not leaning one way or the other towards force. So you realize it's not in danger of like exploding or anything like that. What it's in danger of is literally a strong presence coming in and using it for some purpose because it is powerful. It's got something. It's designed to do something, but it is if the Empire comes around, or worse, a Sith comes around, they could do something terrible with this machine. They could do something terrible with this structure. So it's in
Okay.
danger of them coming, but it's not in danger of like imminent explosion or anything like that.
Okay.
Yes, so it's like communicating to you, and it recognizes that you're a Jedi,
Right.
and with that, you're able to like understand. It's like, oh, of course, for me, as it's like greetings to you, Jedi. As it's like communicating, you're kind of like feeling with the Force, and through that, you're able to actually because you can understand the hieroglyphics and you get the vibe. It becomes a little easier for you to wingman L3 into
Right.
like getting it to open up.
All
So
right.
L3V0
Yes.
you get a
plus
extra dice
6.
for the helping out.
So that's 3d6.
You have 3d6 and gotta get over your roll.
Okay. 6. There was one that was a 2, and then another that's a 6. So that's 662.
Great. So that's at a critical success, but also you rolled your number exactly. You have laser feelings. You get a special insight. You can also ask a question.
I can ask a question to the machine, the structure.
You can ask a question to the machine, or about the machine, or about the situation in general, whatever you're into.
He's gonna be like, "You single?"
No, I'll ask the most important question. Do you mind if we explore you further?
You get a vibe. It's just like it's been so long since I've
Consent
had.
is key, so
Yeah.
this is good.
It's been so long since I've had guests inside me.
No,
Doors,
why?
doors open up.
What?
You agreed to a game called Lasers and Feelings. God damn it! And I came here for the feelings.
This is why I've never run thirsty sword lesbians with you guys.
It would be the end. We would
We
just.
would be chat if you want us to play Thirsty Lesbians. Let us know. We'll
Let
do
us
it.
know.
Yeah, they'll bully me into it. It's fine. I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the door opens up, and it's like it's happy to have you guys in. It's like, oh, I'm so excited for someone to come in and try someone to come in and explore the trials. And like as you say that, like you feel like you get like good vibes from it, but also like the area inside like lights up. Like it was a dark kind of like a tunnel within, but there's like area of it starts lighting up, like lights going down, like almost like sort of like leading you down into the pyramid structure itself, like giving you a guided path. And it's like basically saying like, yeah, and you get the vibe like it wants you inside, and it wants you to see what it's got. Like, oh, it's so excited! I haven't been able to show anyone this in a long time, and a little bit like the giant robot pyramid version of a girlish giggle.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's all right. We are not here to harm you in any way. My friend here, colleague, co journey person is actually someone who might know a little bit about things from your time period. We want to know what secrets you hold.
Ooh, come inside. I want to see. Yeah, I want to show you. Even as you said, you do get the vibe. Definitely not from the same time period. Like
Uh-huh.
your Jedi was active 30 years ago. This machine is thousands of years old. So
Damn.
definitely not from the same time period at all.
Right.
But yeah, as you like go up to the door and enter this, you realize there's almost an invisible kind of like force field that it's permeable. It lets you in, but also you feel like oxygen and gases are coming in as it like comes in. Basically, to just match up with the one organic you have with you, making sure that like matches right. That's it. It's like okay, so this one oxygen, nope, too much oxygen. Methane? Nope, doesn't like methane. And there's like quick mode of scanning, like, yes,
Nice.
this is the right level of gases for your species. Yeah.
You're incredibly well versed in, the calibration. This is very impressive.
Stop it. And you literally hear a rock being tossed over as it's almost like kicks it. But yeah, this is huge, like lit up this lit up like passage is like leading you in.
Yeah.
You can see like a version of like sort of like images of like what looks to be like old Jedi, like the ancient first Jedi, and like in front of like a series of stars, just like pointing the way, leading,
Right.
talking and performing different actions, which you as a Jedi recognize as from your historical purposes, like creating the first lightsaber,
Right.
the first lightsaber duels, interacting with the first individuals.
I'll turn to Vita and be like, are you noting all of this down? I imagine it's very important for you. Vita?
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I have a
Okay.
emergency thing pop up.
All
I'm
right.
so sorry.
Okay, do you want to come back to 5?
We can also cut to transition.
Just 5 minutes if that's okay.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
transition.
I'm sorry.
No worries, we'll transition. We'll see
Sorry,
you guys.
guys.
We'll see you guys in 5.
Short rest.
Short rest.
And we are back.
Hi.
Sorry
Welcome
about that.
It's all right. There was a disturbance in the force, but now it's been settled.
It's been set.
Great. So, back to the triangles structure.
Yeah.
You have been brought in uh, into the structure. It's like create a force field behind you so that you guys can breathe easily. Well, those of you who need to breathe have access to the oxygen and can continue down this passageway where you can see almost like the history of the ancient Jedi. Them standing among the stars, them building the first lightsabers, them helping the
Mhm,
indigenous people as like these passages are going down and down.
mhm,
Uh, there's like this brief moment where suddenly the hieroglyphics suddenly shift as it, and you recognize it for the Jedi word for stop.
mhm.
Do you guys keep going or do you stop? Or
If I recognize it as a word for stop, I'll stop.
I mean, I look at it and it says it's asking us to stop, but
yeah, like
let's just. I mean, it seems friendly, right?
like the hieroglyphs is just formed into the word
Yeah.
stop, so you can ignore it if you want.
That seems unwise. But I will talk to the ship. I'll be like, hey, why is it saying stop over here?
Are you talking to the ship or the structure?
The structure.
Structure.
Okay. Yeah, you like interface. It's like, oh, hold on, I just need to turn this off. Oh wait, just hold on. And there's like this big column of plasma fire that goes right in front of you.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. The trap, wasn't able to turn off all the traps. Okay, that should be okay. I'll give you a heads up for any more. But sometimes these trials they're quite difficult,
Mm.
and no one's really tried them in like the last few thousand years. So it's just like
Yeah.
I can't. It's just like I really want to meet you guys.
Sure,
So I'll
sure.
just turn off a few of these as
Yeah,
much as I can.
I respect a good firewall, but we're friendly.
Yeah.
This is a trial
Hmm.
for the Jedi.
Yes, it is an ancient Jedi trial to uh, gain access to the world seed.
Then I must not try to uh try to bypass it. That would be a disservice to my ancestors.
I will go over to the other side, and you can catch up once you're done going through all of them.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, if you really want to.
It respects that, and so it's sort of like as you're heading down,
Yeah.
there's kind of like this side path that opens up, and it basically says like L3, L3 and droid come here. Badass Jedi go down the main path. So it's kind of like
Hell yeah.
it's a shortcut for you guys who don't want to do the trial. And there's like a major one.
Wait, it's built in. What does that mean?
I will go and I'll basically go up and observe Vital as she
Yeah.
does the
Yeah.
task.
If you go into the side path, there's literally like a screen, like
Amazing.
a hologram screen that pops up, so you can literally watch it.
This should be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. You guys come up to this large, one of you like comes up, this large path that seems to like open up and expand to this huge square, and suddenly like the squares start glowing, and they start to disappear. Like they literally like vanish in front, and then they reappear, and then some of the other squares vanish, and it seems to be like an irregular pattern that these squares are literally disappearing, and as they disappear, there's like not opens, there's like open space. You look down, there's literally like leads to open space, but there's like a force field stopping from being sucked out of a vacuum. You feel like if you step on a spot and it vanishes and you're not moving, or you jump on the wrong spot and it disappears before you have a chance, you could fall down into a vacuum.
Nice.
So that is the trial in front of you. You decide how you want to approach it and get past this like big square of disappointing path. There is like a safe path afterwards that you can like get to that's not moving, but it's clear there's this space in between.
Can I get a sort of like running start and then like jump and have like the force sort of propel me
Yes,
a little bit?
100%. Yeah, I'll say that means you're prepared for this. Did you? I don't know if I'd call you an expert in this. I mean, you are a Jedi, but you were a Jedi accountant.
Hey, but I still did other Jedi shit.
Okay. All right, then roll your 3d6. This is, you're in touch with the Force. Yeah, you're not using the dark side. So this is you got to get under your 4.
My 4. Okay. Okay. 2, 1, and 4.
All right, 2, 1, and 4. That means all of them are success, and you can ask. You rolled your number exactly. You have laser feelings. You can ask me a question.
What is the world seed?
You're just trying to figure out what could this world seed be.
Hmm.
And I see saying it feels like that was more like because you like heard that translated from uh, from a droid who didn't quite understand what it meant, but you're like understanding. It's literally it's more accurate to call it the world. It seems from your understanding that this is something that's supposed to grow. It is a device that's, even though technological, is designed to grow organically. And whatever world this is supposed to lead to or create, it is designed. It needs care and cultivation, but it seems to be like something very precious, given that it has all this like structure and important thing. It's something very precious that is uh, being made, but definitely from the vibe that you're getting, especially that it's supposed to either it's either a part to a world or it is the creation of a world, but it's something that needs to be cared and maintained for. Uh, which is most technology isn't like that. It's like as technology nowadays, but so this is incredibly powerful, rare stuff. And you imagine it's the Jedi who made it care about it a great deal because this technology is beyond what even you had back in your heyday. But
Right.
you got 3 successes, so you jump, you let the Force guide you, propel you, and you land on one pillar that's there and then push yourself off before it vanishes and just beautiful leap. You just land delicately and reach the other side really impressively.
Yeah, and
uh,
my beige Jedi robes like just flow airily as
yeah, wow,
I move like the air.
nice. The machine like plays a pre-recorded like a lot of, not just one clap, it's like a bunch of claps, like an audience was applauding. uh,
Amazing.
yeah, you hear L3, you hear L3 is just like like I recorded that, beep boop. Yeah, yeah.
I
I
made a
was
highlight reel.
yeah. I was hoping for a flub, but oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah, you head down, and you head down to like the next portion. As you're just like coming, head out to the next portion, reaching further and further down, uh, and you see this uh, going further down to the trial. There are a few more trials that sort of pop up. Uh, Mainly, there is like this part of what looks like 5 glowing doors. That just be one's glowing. There's blue, green, purple, red, and yellow. As they're just kind of glowing in front. You can't quite see. They're like sort of like the force wall field that you came into, but you can't kind of see the other. They're just like glowing different lights. Uh, as you're looking at it, and just like looking at this one's in front of you, hidden behind the screen, we can see uh, L3 is looking at it, like you're seeing others. You can see where these paths go to. You can see that you're like watching it side on. Like some of them are leading to bad places, and some of them are leading to like good places, fun places. One of them leads to the correct place. So you're at this point where you're like, you can basically tell Vital what's the right path if you wanted to. You have a communicator, or you can let Vital try and figure it out for himself. But there are some bad paths.
If they go down a bad path, then there's no turning back, right?
Uh, they could try and jump back into the portal if they wanted to, but there is danger.
Right.
There is danger. So it's like they could do it and go back and try and figure it out.
Right.
None of them are instant death.
Okay, that's good then. I mean, this is a trial to become a Jedi Knight, is it?
No, this is a
Just
trial
trial.
for Jedi Knights and Jedi Masters to get something.
Ah. I will use my comms and reach out to Vital. Like, how are you feeling about this next one?
I'm just trying to. Can I I have the choices and like different pathways and sort of front of me, right?
Yeah. You have the 5 colors.
Right. Look at the colors and I say, what are the colors?
Oh, blue, green, red, orange, and purple.
I'll enter purple.
Oh, okay, just entering. Cool.
All right, cool. You go into purple. Zoom.
Whoops. Well, no, wait, probably shouldn't have. Oh, well.
You enter purple. It's like weird. It's like strange, like purple energy, and then suddenly, just like all the images across this room just like flicker, and then suddenly the path kind of like slides down, and as it slides down a little, like on a slide, but like the path just going down, you could like walk, and you can like see at the other end there's like a glowing passage that seems to be like matching your one. Is just pure white, and then you like hear these screams. It's like, no, not the younglings, and it's like, get them all, execute order 66. You're just shooting like blasters going up all around you. It's like, help us, Jedi, help us, and just like all this like screams are happening in front of you on this path, like all these like worst images that you saw back in, as the war, as you escape for your own life.
Whoa. Okay. And this is happening on the other end as I'm sliding down?
No, you're not sliding. Like the path's just like a little bit slanted. You can try to resist. You can like, if you can try and like resist the slide. You can just like go down this like path that's going deeper and deeper, or you can go back because this is scary. Like it's scary or traumatic or like this. This is basically your worst memories of surviving the war.
Right.
So it's your choice. Do you want to go down this path and face this, or do you want to run away?
I'm not gonna run away.
Not again.
Yeah, not again. So this, I feel that urge to turn around and hide like I did once before, but I'm like,
I can't see this, can I?
Well, no, you can see. This is one of the dangerous ones.
Right. I'd be like,
yeah, you saw it and you got like a warning thing like, this is bad memory time.
Right. I'd be like, oh, this is, I'll be like, Vital, you got this. It's an easy one.
Your communication doesn't go through.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, you're like, your communication went through before,
right.
But the space they're in, you can kind of like see it sent there, but it's like, they're not in the structure anymore. They're kind of like in a different place.
I will
like
be
a different dimension, which is why your comms aren't working.
Ship, structure, ship. You there, buddy?
Are you talking to the structure or the ship?
The structure.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Where did my friend go?
Oh, they are in one of our special areas. Using the power of the world sea, they are in a different dimension.
Okay, can I get to them?
I thought you don't want to take the trial.
I don't, but they seem to be in danger, and I don't know how to get out to.
Don't worry. That is only the nightmare dimension. A trained Jedi Knight should be fine. All they have to do is face their fears.
They have to what?
Face their fears. Turn real.
Okay, I'm gonna need access there now.
You're gonna try and like get access to this.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to stop you.
Yeah.
Just trying to like, okay, I guess let me just try and create a door, and like portal style, like a door is kind of like created in the base, and trying to like get you to the 5 portals, 5 portal area, and you're going to jump in there.
I'll be like, oh, and listen, if we look like we're gonna die, try to get us back.
S3 looks at you and light up a lighter for you.
I will give a salute to S3. It's been a pleasure serving you. Tell all the red shirts that I hope that they get to retire safe and sound. And with that, I'll be like, I'm coming, Vital! And I'll jump into the portal.
I can't hear this.
I know, I'm just shouting.
So, you jump into the portal. You go in, and you're like, you end up in the Why don't you? Yeah. And you like roll it down in there, and just suddenly there's like a figure that's landed next to you. As you see all these like, the screams, the para, and like all this happening in front of you. And then you see L3. Sorry, you see not L3. L3 didn't show up. L3 you see you see our favorite. You see
me, right?
The love machine. You see the love machine.
Okay,
L0.
L0, okay. S3 is the other one. Okay, L0 is here, and I got my blasters ready. I'm like, you enter the nightmare dimension without listening to me. We're in trouble.
Oh.
I came as backup because, well, I hate to admit it, but I need a co-pilot.
Oh.
The Raptor's been getting lonely with just me on the base.
If we're in the nightmare dimension, what do you see?
Do
I have nightmares? Do droids dream of electric sheep after all?
Yeah. You hear it's like you brute, you've left us. Yes, you never called me back. You monster. I just like all these all these various
all
ships
the
from your
abandoned
past.
ships that have been left in the scrapyard.
It's a full
Yes.
ship graveyard as they
I
all start
see.
rising up and charging up their lasers at you.
Oh no, this
Yeah,
is the
What?
worst.
it's all your exes, your
This
seven
is
It,
deadly
this
exes.
is this is that Matthew McConaughey film. One of the rom coms that he did.
Yeah,
It's
I know which one.
yeah, and in that he just sees all the women that he's dated lined up as like a what do you call it? Like a just a row, like rows and rows, and it just ships for me. It's like a yeah.
Yeah.
that
So facing all that,
Yeah.
how are you guys? You still have to get down this path. Like they are about
Ah,
to aim and shoot. Well, not they're like they would shoot at you guys if you go down this path. But this
right.
is yeah. You can see the large white circle at the end.
Right.
What do you want to do?
I'm
we
a
need
real
to push
circuit
through.
breaker. We need to push through.
Yeah, let's push through. This
All
we
right.
shouldn't run again.
Okay. You got your saber ready? We could
Yeah, my saber's ready.
great.
Let's go fuck this. These
No,
Empire
no, we
bitches up.
already did that. I don't want to do it again.
Sorry, what? And as I'm saying that, I'm gonna start like
Sure.
pick my way ahead.
I mean, like,
My bisexual lightsaber
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
going.
I'll be like, what's this? It's a heartbreaker. I think the circuit breaker is the tune that's playing around me as I try to start blasting my way around.
Excellent. So yeah, with the bisexual lightsaber, you try to bisect these nightmares as you head down the way.
Mhm.
I think this is a. Would you say that you're using wild passionate action, or you're using like cold rationality, calm precise action? Both of you can give me the same or different answers.
I think I'm going wild with this and just like, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. I probably am going more like calmer this time. The first time I freaked out. This time I'm
Mhm.
gonna keep my calm and just in my head it's like I've done this before. It's scary, but I've done this before. And I
Okay.
just need to
All right.
yeah,
So
methodically get through this.
okay. So first of all, since this is your trial, we're going to roll to see if L3 L0 helps you or is a hindrance. So L0 is going to roll first. You're going full wild. You're just letting your emotions fly. So give me a feelings roll. This is 1d6. You're not an expert at like getting back with your exes, and I don't think you prepared for this. You're just rolling a 1d6. But you have to get a 2 or higher.
Go for it. 2 or higher. You can do this.
You got this.
Am I rolling?
You are
Yeah.
rolling. You're rolling first.
Oh, great. I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Oh.
I mean, you were only supposed to roll once.
Oh, sorry. Then they'll take the 2.
Then okay. All right.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
You barely manage it. So you rolled your feelings exactly.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can ask a question of the situation. But
Do I see
yeah.
where if this is real or if it's being projected onto us, and if it's being projected where from?
Okay, yeah, no, you're like looking at it, and when one of the blasters strikes you, you're like, "Oh, this is very real."
Oh.
Yeah, as you're like going, and you realize, "Oh, this is making my nightmares real." That's the point of nightmare dimension. It's not in your head. This is 100% real.
Mhm.
This is like it's taken from your
Right.
head and has made it real. So when one of your exes blasts is like, and like leaves their version of a tramp stamp, aka a terrifying blaster bolt right in your butt bolt, you're like, "Ow!" And so you've been struck badly.
I've been
So you'll be a
struck
bit
by.
slower.
Okay.
But seeing you run ahead,
Mhm.
helps give the confidence to our Jedi. Now the Jedi gets a +1 to this roll,
Okay.
so they
Which
will be
makes it-
rolling. I'll say they're an expert, so you can roll 3d6.
I rolled a 4, 2, and a 3.
Okay, 4, 2, and 3. So those are all successes.
Oh shit!
And
nice.
one of because your thing's 4.
Yeah.
So you can ask a question about the situation.
I know that the nightmare dimension is manifesting real versions of my fears.
Yeah.
But do I know how I can
Let go.
can I lucid dream You know what I mean? Like if this is a
Oh,
nightmare, can I lucid dream? Like can I
yes.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
twist what's
you
happening?
feel that as you're like, and you're like taking from your mind. You feel that with intense focus as you're like going in, and because it is already a little confused because it's draining from two minds. You can kind of like change what you perceive as a nightmare, and I can kind of like change the what's being projected. So, what do you want to project? Like,
Okay. Um well, instead of here's what I'm most scared of. I'm most scared of seeing my fellow Jedi, get slaughtered again. Um so here's what I'm going to project. I'm going to project the people who are trying to get us. Instead of having like actual weapons, I'm gonna make them have, like, in my head, I'm going to try to see if they have, like, bubble guns.
yeah,
When they press their laser things, only bubbles come out.
yeah. You see one of these like these clone troopers. They come over and they put a they go over to the collapsed to your collapsed droid friend and say lights up, and then bubbles just come out before you arrive. Bisect the illusion, pick up your pick up your friend L0 and just start running. As everyone starts
Nice.
firing, the ship start firing little bubble
Yeah.
as it's like going after you. So it's like get back here, get the accountant, as it's all going. And you see the younglings who were before being shot down. They're just playing in the bubbles now. Whee! As you're like going down, as this nightmare turns into a wonderful dream, you reach out and you jump through the white circle as you land uh, back into the structure. You're now in this like huge, this large triangular room with all these like images of a large Jedi of different species standing on in lotus position as stars are like drawn above them that seem to glow as you enter. And in the center of the room, almost there's like part of a tree that's like twirled around and like forming into the plinth over which a glowing orb is like
I'm going to quickly
circular.
Google what plint means because that's the first time I've heard that word.
I literally said plinth in the last game we played in
Yours,
Eberron. it's
you,
Isn't it just
it's
like
a
a thing,
yeah,
like a
it's a small
oh,
platform.
plinth.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like a sphere with a it's like a this like glowing like sphere, but it's not made of
Right.
solid matter. It looks like it's made of like energy, and as you like
Right.
approach it, like warps and changes a little bit as it like
Yeah.
zoom, and it's not plasma, but it's some kind of like energy.
Yes.
And like as you like look at it, and, like stare into it, it's almost like you can see like after images of this in this move as it moves around you, and then you hear the voice come in. Your structure friend is like, "Oh, good! I'm so glad that you're. Oh, I'm so glad that uh, all of you are okay after this. This is great." The side door opens, and you see L5 come in. And you see L3 just like, comes in. He's fine, and he's just like waving. He also was recording the event,
Amazing.
and he's like saying, like, "So
How did I
this."
do? Was I good? S3?
S3 looks, and then he just like points at your rear end, which has a blaster bolt in it.
The bolt's still stuck in my butt.
Well, yeah, it's the blaster.
The
Burns
scarring
on
is
your
still
butt.
there. Got
Yeah,
it.
the
Got it.
scarring is there. You're not as fast as you would be until you get repaired.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it's like this is the world seed. Once it is grown, yeah, this is how the Jedi were able to travel to this galaxy and others long ago. With this energy, you are someone who takes this can create a path back to where the Jedi originally came from thousands and thousands of years ago, or use that same energy to travel somewhere else. Now you guys know hyperspace travel means that you
Yeah.
can travel vast differences, but you're stuck in the same galaxy for the most part. Like actually getting out of this galaxy is a big deal. Yeah,
Question:
Oh
Do I
my god,
understand
this is
this?
the Eberron multiverse.
that's a universe, not a galaxy. But sure, that's what we're happening. That is what happened. Everything leads back to Eberron.
Of course it does.
Yeah, the Planescaper book. When it comes out, we're using it.
Question: Does this mean that I also hear this?
Yeah, you're seeing. Yeah,
Right.
you're connected. That's how they're
I'll be
hearing.
like, brilliant. With this, we can finally get out of this horrible galaxy and just
What?
leave everything behind.
No, we're part of the Alliance. We can't abandon.
Meh.
What?
Yes, I mean, there's what do we care? There's probably like thousands of Jedi elsewhere that you could like bandy up with. Maybe you can bring them here. They can fight the Sith over here. You guys could do with a few more Jedi, couldn't you?
Right? But I'm not. We're not running away.
No, we,
That's
we can. We are recruiting. We're going on a recruiting tour of the universe.
that
Uh,
sounds like a big excuse.
It's not a one-time use. It's like it's making a wormhole.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
it would still
Perfect.
exist.
Yeah,
The portal that you made.
exactly. Perfect. So we can go on a little. Wait? What are you gonna do? Balance the books of this galaxy? You could go get like some real Jedi to do some fighting for you.
Accounting is a very valid part of any operation.
Oh,
All right?
yes,
I don't appreciate
yes.
your tone over here.
The Sith are terrified of unbalanced books. That's why they invest so heavily in Death Stars. That's a funding nightmare.
Listen, we could either take this back to the Alliance
Uh huh.
and see what we can do, or we can
If we take this back to the Alliance, and by chance, if it happens to fall into the hand of the Sith or anyone on the Empire, we literally open up the whole universe to whatever shit we have going on over here. Or we just
Right.
hop, skip, and jump, see if things are better elsewhere. If they are, maybe take like a few days off, maybe a few years, come back with.
No, there is no.
Okay,
You don't
I
take a day off.
I take a few days off. You come back with reinforcements.
You just said you needed a co-pilot, and you're just.
I'll find someone else. There's like a million of you.
Well, I have learned new things about you today.
I haven't.
I look at this world seed and I say, how does one use it?
Oh, you take it. You can take it to a sector of space where you want it to, where you want to create the wormhole. We do not recommend doing on a planet because it can destroy the atmosphere. Put it in tune with the Force. Charge it with energy. Provide you like instruction like how exactly it is like and it allow you to connect with another galaxy. And like as it does this, like there's a small underneath the plinth, it kind of like opens up and it form a small ancient cube of data, a holocron. And so like with this information, it has information on the ancient history of the Jedi, as well as the galaxy that we originally came from, as well as as well as this method of travel. It is good to know that it is in safe hands. Yeah, and of course, it'll be safe. And everything is safe when the Jedi are here. Everything's safe when the Jedi are here. Nothing bad could ever happen. The structure starts to shake. There's the sound of blast of fire outside.
Oh my goodness. L0, can you take a look? Can you tell us what's happening outside? Do your super scanning thing.
That's my ship. It's on me.
Oh, you can't do it? Oh.
Yeah. What's going? Like someone is attacking the structure. Oh,
It's all right.
I'll ask S3 to send a beep to the ship to Raptor and see if she can scan the environment and see who's attacking us.
I said, okay. Send out a beep. Yeah. Now, Raptor turned off their electronics because they went dark.
Yeah.
So let's find out. First, let's find out if they respond. So I'm going to need you to now make that roll to see how well you went dark.
Wait, so if he went dark too well, then they won't respond?
That means they'll consider. It means we're about to find out how they do when they tell you what's happened.
Gotcha.
Either we're fine or we're on fire. So let's roll. This is 1d6. You prepared for this, and you're an expert. So roll 3d6. This is a lasers roll, Shubham.
Okay, so I need to roll lower.
You need to roll under your 2.
That's impossible. But,
No, on a d6, yeah, you can roll under a 2.
Yeah, I know. It's just not gonna happen. I rolled a 6 and a 5, and then a 3. So no.
Yeah, you just try and like reach back because this is like technical. You're like, come on, everyone, do this. Right, and there's like, and you like hear this like message, and it's from the ship directly. It like turns on, and it's like, sorry, I always loved you.
No, not you, Raptor. What?
You don't know if it died or what's happening, but that's like the only message that got through.
Is there a way back?
Yes, there's like the secret entrance that you guys think the shortcut.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it get you back up there.
I take the world seed
Mhm.
and I say, we'll protect it.
Okay.
Pull out
Thank
my
you.
blasters and I start shooting.
Okay, you start shooting before. So yeah, you run up. Little astromech droid comes up behind you.
Mhm.
Like, best of luck. Ow, ow. Is this what pain is? And they like go up. You guys head out. Reaching up to the door, which like as you get going, you can like see in the permit for you can see a large it's not a destroyer, but it's like a big big ship, Sith ship, just like firing blasters at this structure. Like, and you can also see not completely destroyed. Yeah, look up to you look up to the side. It has some damage to it, a little bit of damage to it, but the Raptor is on, and you can like see that the Raptor is like you see the Raptor is on as it's like going and it's like lifting up a little bit, and it seems to be activated, but it's not being fired on. There's like some damage that's there, and it's not responding to comms anymore.
Okay.
You also see as the ship is getting closer, a small little like butt of it's clearly Imperial soldiers on the bottom of this pyramid, and they are walking up the pyramid towards you guys.
Yeah, have they seen us yet?
They haven't seen you, but they can see the shuttle that you came in on, the little escape pod.
Right.
So they're like advancing
Right.
towards that, carrying their blaster rifle. These like troopers,
Right.
Sith
Can you,
troopers. Yeah.
I'll look to Vital and be like, can you just force push them off the staircase?
All right. I will.
I mean,
Oh,
they're not on a stack.
where am
They're
I?
like
Where am
they're
I
on the-
pushing them to? Like, is there a place for them to fall to?
Roll over them like a bowling ball over Prince, and then I'll start shooting all of them.
Okay. Well, I just don't want to kill them. I'm a little bit of a.
You don't want to kill them? They're Imperial troopers. That's the whole point they exist for, is to die by our hands.
It's really problematic. But okay, I am going to use my. Can I sort of like freeze them up in space? And by sort of like putting pressure
on the
towards.
troopers. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. Yeah, you can
I'll,
bind them in place. You can try to.
I'll try
Absolutely.
to do that.
Sure. You're not prepared for this, but you are a Jedi. This is kind of what you do. How often do you get into? You know what? I'll give you the 2d6.
I
Why not?
practice.
Yeah, you practice binding people. That sounds more like L0's kind of thing, but sure.
Hey.
2d6. You want to
2
do
and a 1.
2 and a 1. Amazing. I'll be like,
Okay, this is lasers. You're using science reason, so yeah, definitely easy enough. They start advancing, and then they're like, "Wait, can't we move?" It's like, "Wait, those beige robes. Could it possibly be a Jedi cosplayer?"
Me and Gen Con. No, I'm like, now go get them, and I will take my lightsaber and like run towards them, deflecting any shots my way to sort of just go and cut someone's hand off.
Fire's like, don't you dare put your dirty Imperial hands on my Raptor! Die, 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 die!
Okay.
You need anger management, I say as I'm running besides.
Yeah, give me a Shubham, give me a feelings roll.
Okay.
You're an expert. Are you an expert at shooting?
I'm a pilot, not really an expert at shooting.
But yeah, I'll give you a +1 because they were binded. So you're rolling 2d6, and this is a feelings roll.
Okay. I rolled 3 and a 3.
Let me see. Is that? Yeah, that's over your number. You're fine.
Yeah.
You succeeded.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go and you start firing, and they say, "We can't." It's like, this feels unfair. And you like shoot them down. They collapse in a Disney PG approved kind of way, so you don't see blood anywhere.
Damn it.
So Yeah.
I'll
You hear the guy.
I'll point to one of the. Sorry, I'll point to one of them. Like, I'll show you mercy when one of you turns hard and decides to join the alliance. That's never gonna happen. Shoot it.
Yeah. He goes
You
out.
never gave him a chance to reply.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of them was ever gonna turn cloak and decide to join the alliance.
Just
What
changing
is
my
wrong
notes.
with you?
All right, here we go. Yeah. You guys have your the escape pod. You can head on to that and try and use that. You also have their ship, their little like of supply, their little bird ship that arrived, their own escape pod.
Is it a X? It's not an X-wing. What's it? A TIE fighter.
No, it's I know it's not a TIE fighter. It's like
Yeah.
that's only for like one person. This is like just to supply troops.
Okay.
It's like a transport ship.
Sure.
So that might still have a the difference is like theirs is bigger and might still have like a pilot on board, but it's more likely to have weapons. Yours is smaller, definitely doesn't apply. You can just get into it and go
Okay.
if you wanted to. So it's your choice. Which of these two do you want to use?
I don't want them chasing us with a ship that has weapons. So let's take the airship first.
Okay. So yeah, you head down to the little ship. You like going? Are you trying to like sneak, or you just like going in guns blazing?
I go in and just start shooting.
Okay. Yeah, you go in. Just a 1d6.
Right.
Because you're like doing this flexi. It's a feelings roll.
4. So I beat 2. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. You just go and you shoot wildly. One person. Yeah. One person. Like, hey, what the heck? Full cowboy just like gets them all. He's just like, you get him down. And you have control of this Imperial transport ship.
All right.
So yeah, built for 8. There's like some. You see there's some weapons in the army has been left here. Spare blasters. And some a supply of explosives.
I'll be like, Whitehop, why don't you get the blasters? I'll get talking to this beautiful thing, even though it's part of the traitor alliance.
Sure. Yeah. I'll go get the
I'll
blasters.
flip every switch, press a few buttons, and be like, listen, darling, we don't got time to talk. It's time to fly, and ask it to drive us towards the.
I don't fly for every droid that just comes into my data packs. I like to be wined and dined.
I will just press the engage button and be like, sorry, today's not the day. I don't have time for this.
Okay. What's it called? You're an expert in this, so this is 2d6.
Yeah.
You're not really trying to establish rapport or anything, so
Yeah.
you're just using lasers.
Yeah.
You have to roll under your number.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Okay. All right. Under just 2d6, but under
2d6, because you're an expert in piloting.
4 and a 3 did not roll.
Oh, rude! And you're just like going in, and you're just like
That's
alarms
what's
like
happened.
alarms are like coming in, like the
Okay.
ship is like sending out warning alarms, like
Uh-huh.
someone's stolen this ship.
Uh-huh.
As you're like going, and like the big ship, it's like it's an Imperial, like no, it is I'll say it's a proper Star Destroyer that goes in and just starts.
What's
It's like as it comes in, and they just start releasing TIE fighters, like a few groups of TIE fighters, just like coming in towards you, and trying like get you, trying to shoot you down.
Mhm.
While the main army seems to be focused on shooting the structure. So what do you want to do? Like your ship's not being, the Raptor is not being fired upon. Your thing is, so like, how do you want to deal with this situation?
I'll turn to Ed and be like, yeah.
Well, yes, we do need to save the people on our ship, right? So can we navigate the ship over so that we can grab them? Like at least is there a way for us to like hook onto another ship? Like how do pirates steal ships? Can you just take?
Oh, I mean, you have to like get onto the ship, get to the pilots to do it. But on the other hand, remember this transport doesn't have hyperspace capabilities. It needs to get onto a ship that can do hyperspace, a bigger ship.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
So you'd have to either steal this ship, steal back your ship, or steal the giant Star Destroyer.
I mean, we obviously should steal the Raptor and leave, but it would be super cool to be able to steal a Star Destroyer.
But we have a world seed, which would be valuable without a Star Destroyer.
How about this? How about this? Is there a way for us to like? Here's my idea.
Yeah.
We set the ship towards the Star Destroyer on autopilot if we can, right? And use the escape pod while it's making its way to go to our ship. And if there's a way for us to get this thing to self-destruct so that it's going towards the Star Destroyer, self-destructs. Meanwhile, we're in the escape pod heading towards the raptor and we make our way
Okay.
out.
Okay, I will allow it with two restrictions. One, this transport doesn't have an escape pod, so you'd basically just wearing your spacesuit and just jumping into airspace and just trying to like spacewalk to it, which is possible.
Yeah.
Like they're like little boosters, so
I
you
can just
aren't.
imagine Vital kind of stretching her hand out with the
Yeah.
force and pulling herself
Yeah.
closer to
Yeah.
the ship.
And
Basically.
Hold
and
on to your
second,
legs.
yeah, and second, this doesn't have a self-destruct feature, but it's filled with explosives. So if you leave the explosives here and set it up in such a way with a timer, you can,
Yeah.
when it gets to a certain position, or if it's like fired upon, it will explode.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do that, but it does basically mean you're basically spacewalking and leaving the explosives behind. You can take the
Yeah,
you can take the
let's-
blasters if you want, but you have to leave the explosives behind.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna have a pilot roll just to keep this thing going in the right direction. And I'm going to need a spacewalking roll from our Jedi because you need the Force to pull this off to get to the Raptor in space without being shot down. So
Okay.
we'll do Jedi roll first because that's important.
Sure,
Go
easy
for it.
peasy. What am I rolling?
This is a lasers roll because you're not, and this is you get you're 2d6 for this because you are a Jedi. This is your nonsense. You can pull this off.
I rolled a 3 and a 5.
What's your okay? So you got one success.
I have one success.
Okay, you like go in. You're able to like bring them in. You've got your pal S. You got your pal L0 as it's going in as you're just like going forward. One straight blaster shot is coming your way, and then you realize you have a choice to make. You can either take the hit, like it'll hurt, you'll survive, but you'll be like injured, or
Yeah.
you have sexy.
I'm not gonna get sexy hit. I'll take the hit. Fuck.
Okay. You pull sexy out of the way, and like the blaster strikes you, and it strikes you hard, and like your oxygen starts coming out of the suit. It is you're not feeling well. It's like you've got 3 minutes before you die, but that's enough time to get to the ship. Speaking
Cool.
of ship, let's get a piloting roll to see how the explosive plan works.
How many am I rolling?
You are an expert in this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll let you have. Yeah, you're an expert in this. That's 2d6. You have the grenades. I'll say you have 3d6.
All right.
This is nonsense. So I'll let you do feelings.
This is 6, and one more. I kid you not, 3 6s.
I think that's a fail.
Yeah.
You failed on the. Oh boy!
Can I help?
Nah, you're
Like,
already
to
doing
give
it.
you another roll.
You helped by setting up the
somehow?
grenades. That's the problem.
I can't believe
Yeah.
I rolled 3 6s.
So,
This was a PBTA game.
yeah, PPT you would only roll 2d6s, but still, you fire. You set up the grenades really nicely into the ship. However, your piloting subroutine wasn't able to like stop it to get shot. So when
Right.
you're getting shot by TIE fighters, it explodes very close to you. The explosion hits you guys both, sends you catapulting like straight into the ship. Like you are crashing into your ship. Your ship sending wild, and this like intense energy, like it strikes the world seed. Like this energy like ignites the world seed. Starts glowing, vroom, 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 starts to glow as you're like you can barely control it. Your oxygen's coming out of the suit, starts to glow, and suddenly it expands out of your hands and just erupts into this wormhole and just starts sucking everything into it. Like the raptor is like falling to pieces. It's getting absorbed into it.
My ship!
You get absorbed into it. The raptor falls into the wormhole. You're sucked into the wormhole. The last thing you see is an army of TIE fighters just coming towards the wormhole as well, as you guys end up in a galaxy even farther away. And that is where we will end this adventure of lasers and feelings.
Wait. So we took the fucking Empire with us to a new galaxy?
Oh, you took one Star Destroyer and a bunch of TIE fighters.
I told you.
Yeah, you've taken. You're in a crash ship, and they have like a.
Could have just hop, skipped, and left before they got to. Oh well.
Yeah. But yeah, that was lasers and feelings. We had lasers, we had feelings. How do you guys feel?
That was super fun. I want to play more of this.
Yeah.
I got to brush up on my Star Wars a little bit, but yeah,
It's-
there we go.
It's fine. We're in a galaxy far. We could be somewhere where there are no Star Wars. It could be in another setting entirely. Guys, suggest sci-fi
It's-
settings we could have ended up in.
It's
Oh, can we end up in the world of the Expanse?
Maybe.
isn't
That'd
that
be
just
fun.
Earth like
Yes,
100?
it's Earth in the future.
Yeah.
But like, imagine you guys are there, and there's a robot. They don't have droids in the Expanse, but do
Yeah.
they?
Not yet.
Yeah.
A walking terminal.
How would they survive against a Star Destroyer? It's good fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, I hope you guys had fun watching.
Thank you
this
so much
was
for
a-
joining us.
Yes, definitely. We hope to see you guys next week. We hope that you guys sign up for OSR, the OSR week. We love you guys to play games with us. And remember, may the Force be with you.
Bye. And